Happy Sunday, everybody. I just wanted to speak a little bit to introduce myself. I have started posting videos in 2025 kind of crazily. It's a new thing for me. I think it's a part of having terminal prostate cancer. It's stage 4. Gosh, what's the timeline? Last July was, estimated to have 18 to 24 months left. And I have been living by a silly mantra I created called WAHUWAN. We are here until we are not. I bought the website, WAHUWAN.org, and created a page on the Prostate Cancer Foundation's website, my own page, where I've routed the WAHUWAN.org name to so that people can make donations to help somebody like me benefit from researchers finding a cure, and that requires money. And so I ask, and I guess I don't ask. The site, if you go there, you can see it's probably been a little bit since a contribution's been made, and that's because I don't talk about it a lot as often as I should, because that's the primary mission of why I have begun posting. And it's kind of morphed into, we're here until we're not, so why the fuck not? I'm on disability, so I'm not working anymore. I'm retired, and I have some savings, my 401k from work and stuff, but I just live a simple life. I love it. I'm married so happily. I've got the best wife ever. We fit like a glove. We're together from 2014 through COVID, and that's when I realized I can't, she's not going to wait around forever to get married. And it wasn't her. I wanted to marry her. So anyway, no, it's all good. She knows everything about me, and it's wonderful. But lately, with No King's Day, and not with that, with Trump. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. That's motivating. I've never in my life been motivated to take political activism. I think I'm like everybody else in the world, where we want to go about our day. We want to make we want to work. We want to have something to do during the day. I've been doing tons of stuff. I don't know if you can call them work, but I'm staying busy. And when you have to work, you want to do something. That's like the majority of your daytime. You're exerting all your energy and your focus and your mentality, and so you want to do something pleasant. And some people love the dirty work, dirty jobs. Mike Rowe, man. And some people are born into that way of life and love it, or jump into it like Mike did, and turn out that's a passion for them. Anyway, my point's simply that I'm passionate right now about what I see as just a power grab that has started since Ronald Reagan unleashed the reins of capitalism on America. I mean, I came from my parents, who were state of Illinois employees, and both retired from there, and they worked, I think, 35 years each, and retired before 60 years old, both of them. Nice for them. I'm 58. Not supposed to be retired. I'm supposed to be working. I loved doing what I did. I was a software sales guy, basically, in the end, just sort of a technologist in general, in terms of using technology to replace manual workflows that are required for financial governance of, our money that is being entrusted to financial institutions. So I worked for a software company called Compliance 11. I was hired by a guy named Mike Kritzman, who founded the company, CEO, and is now a good friend of mine and pickleball teammate. And anyhow, it's just, I don't know. I guess at this point, my goal is to join in with the other people that are like me in 2025 and have had enough of this government performing acts of cruelty on its people. I was born and raised and lived in this country that was the ideal nation across and around the world, even though the older you get, the more you realize what a facade that most of it's been, and it's always been a power grab, but now the covers are off, and we can see that, Jesus, how far they'll go to bullshit us for power and their money grab. Look at Jeffrey Epstein. You can't ignore that. This president was a horrible human being. You see it in the way he treats his constituents, flying an AI-generated airplane and dumping shit on his own American citizens. That's a petulant... Everything about him is petulant and want to be king-like, and that's what the whole point of it is. But anyway, that's how I'm going to choose the rest of my time here, is to advocate and educate others like me that haven't done this before. I've learned one of the great things, best things that we can do is to continue to apply pressure on our congresspeople and senators, our government representatives, no matter if you're in a blue zip code or a red, doesn't matter. That's what they listen to. That's the top of their radars. What's the pulse of the week? What are people saying? So 5calls.org is a fabulous tool that just lays it out there for you. It gives you a choice of things that you feel most passionate about and want your representation to focus on. And I'd say right now, let's get the pedophile out of the house. Let's get this convicted rapist out of the White House. He's the most inept president we've ever had in the history of our country. That's not just my opinion. I read a lot. I'll quote sources. I know I'll get called on that, and I'll ignore it because I don't care. No, anyway, you know it's true. WAHUWAN. We're here until we're not. Hope these are interesting. I hope that they're informative. I hope they're inspiring. I hope that you don't mind if I share Bingy, that cute little pug, in some of my videos, because I'm just a simple guy and I'm just like you, except I'm white, and so I have benefited from white privilege my whole life, and that never dawned on me until middle school. 5th grade maybe is when I really started getting educated about current events, and even then, you know, what we saw in the 70s when I was in 5th grade, that was masked by the press. You know, that's not a dig at today's press. You know, I take that back. I'll cut that out. And it's true. I'm not going to cut that out. It's masked like history books were masked and hid horrible things about the own city I grew up in, Springfield. How it was the center of a horrible racial injustice back in the day. And oh my God. Anyway, that's all. I'm real. I live in Northbrook, Illinois, Ferris Bueller's hometown. Got 4 beautiful daughters. One I just found out about last year on Ancestry DNA. She's my flesh and blood, man, and she's got a baby girl, my granddaughter, so who is 5 years old. And we have it's like I've said many times, and this is the way I feel as a father, you know, with my other daughters who I knew I was having. As soon as they were there, I loved them, and even before. And it's the same with Caitlin. I found out about her at 32. I love her. She's my daughter, and she's amazing. She had some good grandparents that raised her. Anyway, that's a story for another day, or maybe I shared it already. I don't know. But I just want people to be able to get along, you know, be decent to one another. These ice masked men, that is such, think about that for a second. Your identity is unknown, and you're tasked with making these guys look like they're rioting. So piss them off, shoot them with pepper balls, that's okay. And that's now being recorded on videos and played back to the public, and there's no charges. We don't know who did it. They're masked. What? The things that make you go, what the? All right, I better wrap it up. But that, I just kind of wanted to share a lot about me, I guess. A little, I don't know how much. There's way much more, but it's not about me now. It's about helping people to get out and get rid of this scumbag in the White House. So let's call it like it is. He's a pedophile. He's a rapist, convicted. He's no leader for this country. And he's a tumor on the idealism that is the United States of America and what we pledge in our Pledge of Allegiance. Liberty and justice for all. WAHUWAN.